Hi, welcome to Kenyatta Creates. I'm Kenyatta. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a book haul, a used book haul. A couple of these books were bought for me and the rest I got from different Goodwill. So let's get started. The first two was bought for me from my oldest daughter, Lexis. Thank you. And this is Discord's Apple by Carrie Vaughn. When Evie Walker goes home to spend time with her dying father, she discovers that his creaky old house in Hopes Fort, Colorado is not the only legacy she will inherit. Hidden behind the basement door is a secret and magical storeroom, a place where wondrous treasures from myth and legends are kept safe until they are needed again. Of course, this legacy is not without its cost. There are those who will give anything to find a way in. So, that's a little bit of that synopsis. The second book she got me was Crucible by James Rawlins. This is a thriller. Out for a drink with his best friend and colleague, Monk Cockalis Commander Gray Pierce arrives home on Christmas Eve to find his house ransacked, his pregnant lover missing, and Monk's two young daughters vanished into the night. The only witness to this attack is Monk's wife, Kat, who is found beaten, bleeding, and comatose on the kitchen floor. So that is what that's about. And this cover feels so nice. Okay. Let's see. This one, I found one book at this one. This is the Barnabas Trilogy, Book 2, The Golem's Eye by Jonathan Stroud. I didn't have this one, so I went on and got this one. I'm not really sure what this is about, and I don't really want to read the synopsis because I haven't read book 1 yet. So there's that one. And today I found these. This is from the House of Night series. I used to have these books, but a lot of my books were just taken from me years ago. This set was one of them. So I got Marked and I got Betrayed. This is book 1 and 2. Enter the dark magical world of the House of Night, a world very much like our own, except here vampires have always existed. 16-year-old Zoe Redbird had just been marked as a fledgling vampire and joins the House of Night, a school where she will train to become an adult vampire. That is, if she makes it through the change. And not all of those who are marked do. It sucks to begin a new life, especially away from her friends. And on top of that, Zoe is no average fledgling. She has been chosen as special by the vampire goddess Nyx. Zoe discovers she has amazing powers, but along with her powers come bloodlust and an unfortunate ability to imprint her human ex-boyfriend to add to her stress. She is not the only fledgling at the House of Night with special powers. When she discovered that the leader of the Dark Daughters, the school's most elite group, is misusing her goddess-given gifts, Zoe must look deep within herself for the courage to embrace her destiny with a little help from her new vampire friends. So that is book 1 and book 2. Then I found the Lunar Chronicles. I got Scarlet. This is not book 1, so I'm not going to read the synopsis. I used to have this whole series too. I've been slowly getting them back, but I found this. This is a sci-fi about a fairy tale retelling, and this one is about Red Riding Hood. It's a retelling of it, but it's sci-fi, so it's really good. This is the Internal Devices, book 1, Clockwork Angels by Cassandra Clare. Magic is dangerous, but love is more dangerous still. When Tessa Gray crosses the ocean to find her brother in Victoria, England, something terrifying is waiting for her in London Downworld. Kidnapped by the mysterious Dark Sisters, who are members of the secret organization called the Pandemonium Club, Tessa soon learns that she has the power to transform into another person. The Magister, the shadowy figure who runs the club, will stop at nothing to claim Tessa's powers for his own. Friendless and hunted, Tessa takes refuge with the Shadow Hunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the world of demons. Soon she finds herself fascinated by and torn between two best friends, James and Will. As Tessa is drawn deep into a plot that threatens to destroy the Shadow Hunters, she realizes that she may need to choose between saving her brother and helping her new friend save the world, and that love may be the most dangerous magic of all. So I got that one. Then this is another series that I used to have. I started a long time ago, and I think I only got to book 5 or 6. I think it was book 6. But this is First to Die by James Patterson. 4 women, 4 friends share a determination to stop a killer who has been stalking newlyweds in San Francisco. Each one holds a piece of the puzzle. Lizzie Boxer is a homicide inspector in the San Francisco Police Department. Claire Washburn is a medical examiner. Jill Burkhart is an assistant DA. And Cindy Thomas just started working the crime desk of San Francisco Chronicle. But the usual procedures aren't bringing them any closer to stopping the killing. So these women form a women's murder club to collaborate outside the box and pursue the case by sidestepping their bosses and giving one another a hand. The 4 women develop intense bonds as they pursue a murderer whose crimes have stunned an entire city. Working together, they track down the most terrifying and unexpected killer they have ever encountered before a shocking conclusion in which everything they know turns out to be devastatingly wrong. I love this series, so I'm glad to find book 1. And from the Goodwill up the street for me, I went yesterday and found some books. Woo! This bag is heavy. I found The Vampire Diaries, Return of Nightfall. I don't know what book 1 and book 2 is. I know these are not book 1 and book 2. I found The Return Shadow Souls. I found The Nethergram by Matthew Jobin. Oh, this is from L.J. Smith. This is The Nethergram by Matthew Jobin. The people of the people of Moorvale put their faith in the legend. The knight Tristan and the wizard Vithric in an epic battle had defeated the evil Nethergram. The faith is shaken when livestock go missing, only to turn up as a pale bones. But it's when a group of children disappear that they know for sure the Nethergram has returned. Edmund's brother is one of the missing, and Edmund knows he must do something to save his life. But what? Though a student of magic, he struggles to cast even the simplest spell. Still, he and his friends swallow their fear and set out to battle an ancient evil whose powers none of them can imagine. In a story reminiscent of Ranger's Apprentice and Chronicles of Narnia, Matthew Jobin weaves reality, magic, and adventure into the next great fantasy phenomenon. So I found that. And I found a Stephen King horror copy. This is the Tommyknockers. It begins with nothing more frightening than a nursery rhyme, yet in Stephen King's hands, it becomes an unforgettable parable of dread, a threat from an unimaginable darkness that drags the practical inhabitants of a New England village into hell worse than their own most horrible nightmares and yours. It begins with a writer named Roberta Anderson looking for firewood in the forest that stretches behind her house. Bobby stumbles over 3 inches of metal, which usually heavy spring runoff has left sticking out of the soil. A logger's beer can, she thinks at first, but the metal was as solid as Mother Rock. It begins with Bobby's discovery of the ship in the earth, a ship buried for millions of years, but still vibrating faintly, still humming with some sort of life, faint, weak, but still better left alone. Bobby then begins to dig tentatively at first, then compulsively, and is joined by her old friend and one-time lover, Jim Gardner. Aided by a weirdly advanced technology, their expedition proceeds space. And as the As they uncover more and more of an artifact, familiar and so unfamiliar, it is almost beyond comprehension. The inhabitants of Haven start to change. There is a new hot water heater in Bobby's basement, a hot water heater that apparently runs on flashlight batteries. The vengeful housewife who learns of her husband's affair from a picture of Jesus on top of her TV, a picture that begins to talk, not to mention the 10-year-old magician who makes his little brother disappear for real. The townspeople of Haven are being wielded into an organic, homicidal, and fearsomely brilliant entity and fatal thrall to the Tommyknockers. In this riveting nightmare story, Stephen King has given us his tauntest, most terrifying novel to date, and the next time someone raps at your door, you may want to keep the chain on it. It just might be the Tommyknocker Man. Found that one. Then I got Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman, Thinner. Billy Halleck, a good husband, loving father, is both beneficiary and victim of the American good life. He has an expensive home, a new family, and a rewarding career as a lawyer. But he is also 50 pounds overweight, and as his doctor keeps reminding him, edging into heart attack country. Then, in a moment of carelessness, Billy sideswipes an old gypsy woman as she is crossing the street, and her ancient father passes a bizarre and terrible judgment on him. Thinner, the old gypsy man whispers and caresses his cheek like a lover, just one word, but 6 weeks later and 93 pounds lighter, Billy Halleck is more than worried. He's terrified and desperate enough for one last gamble that will lead him into a nightmare showdown with the forces of evil melting his flesh away and away and away. That is Thinner. Then I found Stephen King, The Dark Half. That Beaumont would like to say he is innocent. He like to say he has nothing to do with the series of monstrous murders that keep coming close to his home. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the twisted imagination that produced his best-selling novels. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the voice on the phone uttering his obscene threats and demanding total surrender. But how can Thad disown the ultimate embodiment of evil that goes by the name he gave it and signs its crimes with Thad's bloody fingerprints? That's that one. Then I got The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Great Gatsby captures all the romance and glitter of the jazz age in its portrayal of a young man in his tragic search for love and success. It is a rare combination, a literary masterpiece, and one of the most popular novels of our time. Born in 1896 in St. Paul, Minnesota, F. Scott Fitzgerald was... Oh, that is about the author. And the last one I got, J.R.R. Tolkien, the Cimmerian. I don't know. Here is a story of the creation of the world, the ancient dream that sets the stage for The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. So that's that. So that is all, I believe, that I got. Yes, that is all. That is my book haul. I love buying used books. I love going to the Goodwill, searching through their books and finding great finds. And this is what I found these trips. So I'm glad to share them with you. Give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified whenever I post another video. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.